Hello, listeners. Welcome to the Dream Stream. I am your host, Yiskah Koock, and we're going to be doing dream work today with my fellow dream worker, who I will introduce after I say this one little piece of follow-up from episode 56. I couldn't remember, Carla was talking to me about tequila. This is a good segue, Ellen. Carla was talking to me about tequila, and she was saying, oh, was that your favorite drink? And I said, yeah, that and like this spiced rum. I can't remember. It was Uncle something, but it wasn't. It was Captain Morgan. We used to really like Captain Morgan.
Whatever.
So that's my segue. And hi, Ellen Ronis. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Yiskah. Hi, listeners. It is funny that we were just talking about tequila and visiting Tequila, Mexico. And
yes.
This continuity of tequila from your last session. Tequila. Woohoo! I'm not really much of a drinker. So well, it started out that we were talking about having our cup of joe.
Cup of joe.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You were mentioning that you sometimes like to put tequila in there, and then you mentioned this gorgeous sounding drink with chocolate and spice and tequila and coffee.
And like hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I was about to tell you that, not really all that interesting, but that we went to tequila and, sampled all these different tequilas. And for some reason, the one I brought home was like a cinnamon flavor. Okay, A, I don't really like cinnamon, and B, like, what the hell? Why didn't I just get a regular?
That's disgusting.
So gross. And I think I'll have a little shot. That would be so nice. And I have one sip and I'm like, blech.
That would be good in your coffee, Ellen.
I suppose. Oh, now that's an idea.
Yeah.
I should go do that.
Nailed it. So, hold on. I just dropped something. I'm picking it up.
Maybe that would all enliven my dream world a little bit. Or
a little tequila. You might not feel great in the morning.
Might not feel great, but maybe.
Because I used to be a bigger drinker. I had found that if I have as many glasses of water, if I had alcoholic beverages that night afterwards, I'll be just fine. I won't wake up hungover. But then, kind of gets to be a lot into the night. So
yeah. Yes, water is always good, right? Diluted
water is always good. So I think a little bird told me that you have a dream.
Yeah, I have a couple. I don't know why. I feel like I need to preface this by saying, because this is just my own whatever stuff, but my dreams lately, and you'll see the theme, it's all very personal. I mean, dreams are always personal in a certain way, obviously, right? I feel like with all that's going on in the world, the things that I'm dreaming are seem very meaningless. I mean, they seem like they're like, who cares? But anyway, who cares, I guess, is my own psyche, because this is what I'm dreaming.
Yeah. So, well, and we can also, let's look for its collective essence.
Yeah. I think I might be missing that.
Yeah, and as Joseph Campbell said, a dream is a personal myth, and myth is a collective dream. So let's look at it with an eye for that, because that's relevant.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Okay. Putting my cup of joe down.
Okay.
So, this was, I don't know, the 21st, so a week ago or so. Okay. I might have to read this one because I don't remember the. Yeah, so it's something about a guy that I like, who I don't remember what he looked like or anything, or whether it was even somebody I knew in waking life. It's just somebody that I liked. And we're laying down in some kind of sandy area, and next to him on the other side is another woman friend who seems like it might be a friend that I know, who I used to work with. And I'm definitely interested in this guy, and she was kind of usurping his attention by talking about perfume, like not in a poetic way, but like, oh, I don't even know the names of those kinds of perfumes that you sell in department stores or whatever, but so and so, like she was going on and on about how this name brand perfume was so good, yummy. When I love to wear this perfume when I ride my motorcycle, she said, which made me think it's my one friend Janice because she rides a motorcycle.
Okay. That's a
So,
good
and
indication.
this kind of whatever name brand perfume is really good when you're like walking on the beach, or was just on and on about perfume and different circumstances, and this guy seemed to be riveted by this ridiculous
Really?
perfume.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so clearly this guy isn't for me, and he's not paying attention, which is sort of a theme for me in my dreams about not being paid attention to. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So I walk away, and then I'm hoping that I'm going to walk away and he's going to come to his senses and realize like what a ridiculous thing that was. And
Totally.
you're the one I really want to be with, but he doesn't.
He doesn't do it. Wow, his loss. No, just kidding. Go on.
That's totally. Um, and so then I'm in another room, and so it's like another scene that I'm in another room and he's sitting across from me.
Oh, okay.
And we're talking but not connecting.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the theme of mine, where there's just no real connection, or
Oh,
just
this is a dream theme of yours
it is a dream theme, like
where
either
you're talking but not connecting.
not connecting, not being chosen, not being the woman who gets picked by the guy,
Yeah.
or there's a lot of that theme. It's like it
Yes.
feels almost infantile. I feel embarrassed, but whatever. There
You
it
know
is.
what? I'm seeing the spiritual um way of looking at this, but I want to finish hearing it.
Okay, thank you. I hope so, and I think that's kind of it. I felt like I was trying to put myself in a certain shape to please him, so that he would like me. Yuck! I wrote, ugh, yucky feeling.
I
we were
remember that feeling from my younger years.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's exactly not
We
so
don't,
unfamiliar.
we learn don't do that because
What the
you can
hell?
you can never put yourself in what you imagine the guy wants you to be, because when it comes down to it, he just wants you to be
You're,
yourself.
and ultimately, that box gets distorted, right? It
Totally.
isn't real. So you are always who you are,
Yeah.
And even jumping into a box it says something, about
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
yeah. So that was really, it. I just,
Well, may I
yeah.
offer a projection? Darn it, I dropped it again.
No, it's okay. You're good. I was just kind of looking to see if there was anything more, but that's great.
So, well, I'm looking at it as, we talk about it in like shul, in temple, like God is the bridegroom and the Jewish people or myself or whomever is the bride. And so it's really important to me to connect with God, but I'm missing the mark a little. And and if this male figure in my mind is taking that representation, and so I think I want to I want to work on my spiritual connection with God. Do I talk to God? Ellen, you don't have to answer that. I do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know it's crazy. Whatever. We all have our madness.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I think I don't talk to God enough.
Right.
I think I do have a spiritual practice and I do
Yes.
meditate stuff, but like that actual conversation with all that is, like,
Yeah.
to really make it manifest in a certain way. I think I
Yeah.
probably, and I do think that that's partly where this sense of disconnection or sense of rejection or sense of not connecting
Yeah.
the love way that I really want to is really about my own connection with God, with God,
Feels
with
like
God
that.
within me and also God.
Definitely feels that way.
Yeah,
So what
thanks
I
for that.
wonder is, so who then does this woman, biker chick, perfume wearing biker chick, like who does she symbolize for me? I couldn't help but think, because the last time we spoke, you had the dream about mixing the medicines, like and serving it to the person. I was thinking, Because that also had a similar feeling with the perfumes somehow.
Huh.
It's just made me question.
Interesting. Right, I forgot about that. That was my friend Alan. Yeah. Um, yeah, making potions somehow. Well, it's interesting because
Yes.
I'm very sensual in a certain way. Like I love scents, but of course I love natural scents. Like,
Hmm.
I don't love perfume. I hate perfume actually. I have no tolerance for anybody who's wearing perfumey perfume. But like I love the scent of, whatever. So it's flowers,
Essential oils.
essential oils, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And
I
things like
only love one perfume scent. And my sister gave me a bottle of it for Hanukkah. It was the scent my mom used to wear. So her
oh,
father worked for Pierre Cardin, and my mom used to wear L'air de Tante.
oh
And
my mom used to wear that too.
no, she
I
didn't.
swear to God, I think she
Oh
still
my,
does.
oh
Honest,
my gosh.
that is with the little bird on the top of the glass
Exactly, the
jar.
dove, the
Yes, the
glass.
dove.
So every now and again, just lever, I will just squirt it. The big mistake was, I thought this was a good idea, but it was actually a mistake. Levy, I told him to squirted it up at the fan, the rotating fan, but then it was not a good idea because then it was like, whoa. But every now and then, just squirt it not towards oneself to have
Mhm.
that scent. I can't believe your mom wears L'air de Tante.
I don't know if she still does, but I remember my dad. I mean, he died like maybe 6 years ago now, but he would get her a bottle. It was so sweet, so affectionate. He would get
Yeah,
her a bottle of that like every whatever Hanukkah,
yes,
birthday, and
yes.
I think he was still doing that, like even up until the end.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think she's still
So
doing.
romantic.
So sweet. It's so touching to me. Yeah, it's really sweet.
Wow. So,
That's
yeah,
all her scent. I mean, the sense of smell is really potent, right? Like
it
what
is the
smells like.
olfactory sense. They say
Yeah,
this is most connected with memory, is
yeah,
our olfactory sense. One aside, which I find very interesting, is one of the symptoms of COVID-19 is the loss of sense of smell and taste.
yeah. I've heard
And
that.
so every morning I'm like, can I still smell? I need to check. I need to make sure I can still smell and taste. And I think I can. So we're good.
Good. Yeah, that's all. I think what sounds horrible to me. That sounds like worse than some of the other symptoms.
Not being able to smell.
Smell or taste food. Like I love,
You
food's.
love food.
I love food. Love to
So
cook.
did you have another dream you wanted to explore?
Um, well, I just want to see if there's anything more that I want to say about that one. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
the biker chick, as it were.
Yeah.
I could look at that like it's like the woman who rides the motorcycle and is into perfume. To me, it's like masculine and
Wow.
feminine,
Yeah. So
right?
she has both sides of herself.
Yeah, and so there's something about that in me for sure that I think that I'm integrating those
Oh, I love it.
masculine and feminine as kind of a balance
Yes.
self.
Yes.
In the good things about the masculine in the woman and the feminine in the woman. Not the balance, which is what we I think all are looking for. So
Ellen, do you know? So a man has an animus, which is his inner female that can be represented in his dreams. That's Carl
anima
Jung. And the
actually
woman then has the anima.
is the opposite. Yeah.
Oh, it is the opposite. Thanks. And so what I'm wondering then is, can a woman have also an animus on top of the anima? Does that make sense? Like if the
Women have
guy is
animus.
me, is the girl also me? And that's Gestalt, but
Yeah,
it
I
would
think so.
seem
I
like
think
it.
yeah, I think we have the anima and the animus. I think it's just what my understanding of that is that they right. It's like a part. It's like the feminine soul, part of the
Yes.
feminine soul, and a part of the masculine soul, and we both use
Yes.
all of that. I think so. I think that's
Yin
how.
yang.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah. So
Now,
yeah,
so
and
he was, what word did you use to describe his being enamored of her? You didn't say enamored. What did you say? He's
I don't know that I used a word. It's just that he was. Did I say? I don't know.
fascinated.
I did. I don't know.
Would you consider him fascinated?
He was certainly paying attention to what she was saying. So
Okay.
he was, yes, he was interested in what she was saying. I don't know
Okay.
if I would say he was enamored or.
Yeah.
I don't get a sense of that. Just that he was definitely.
Right, because if I'm getting up and walking away thinking he's probably going to follow me,
Yeah.
give a little backwards glance.
Yeah. That was the hope.
Come
Anyway.
on. That's a wonderful dream. Very very much the social, we're all trying to connect with God. Or if one is an atheist, I imagine trying to connect with nature so strongly. And for me, God and nature are very connected.
Mm-hmm.
There's Adonai, which is Lord, the Lord our God, and then there's Eloheinu, and that's like the Elohim, which are like the spirits of nature. And so
Is
there's,
that what Eloheno? That's
mm,
I thought that was just like another name for God.
well, it is considered a part of God. It's like the elements.
That's fascinating. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if any of your rabbis disagree, you know, as I said, we all have our own madness.
Certainly do. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I like the idea of finding the more spiritual elements to that, because yeah, I have been anyway. Yeah, I like that works well for me.
Yeah.
And then in that same night, I had a small dream, that was my friend Mike that I used to work with, and another friend Karen, who I also used to work with at another place.
Right.
We were in the break room at the most recent place I used to work, which is a teeny little room, and my friend Karen, who's a very, very, very down to earth, simple person, doesn't wear makeup. She's very plain and lovely person.
Yes.
She was wearing these crazy false eyelashes that went up to her eyebrows, and she had all makeup on. She was kind of sitting on the counter in this sort of flirty way with this crazy makeup, and there's Mike, sitting. I don't know what he was doing there, but it's just
It's so great.
that was the whole dream. I was like, what is that all about? I don't know.
Wow, I love it.
But
Well,
it is.
this is Mike. You just dreamed about Mike on a Zoom call, right? Didn't you just have
No, that was Chris. That was my housemate.
But I thought there was two Zoom call dreams last time we spoke. And the other one was Mike?
No.
Wasn't Mike.
No, I don't remember who it was though. Oh, Alan. Probably Alan was the one
Alan.
with the drop of stuff.
Yeah, and he was
Yeah.
helping you detangle.
Oh no, that's Chris. Chris was the one who was.
Okay. Oh, your housemate. Okay.
Yeah, my housemate.
Nice. So that's interesting. So Karen put on the false eyelashes.
I don't know. And I always kind of liked Mike a little bit. He's in a relationship with somebody, and there was no real but I just always was drawn to him just as a person, as a man.
Yeah.
So in a way, if I look at it really personally, it's oh, there it is again. Somebody else is trying to grab the attention away from somebody that I like. It's really this unbelievable thing. One after
Alan, you're just, I want to talk to your subconscious mind. Just you
Please.
disappear. You're too hard on yourself. You're hard on yourself. You're hard on yourself. You measure yourself in the unconscious place, in not competition, but measure oneself against another, and that can only lead to sorrow. There will always be,
I know that of course I know that.
Of course you do.
So,
You gotta but do you know that you're
my unconscious is still working it out, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Working
Just
that out.
imagine after this little spate of working through and dreams that your dreams are totally gonna transform.
Yeah, well, I definitely can see that.
Yeah.
'Cause this is kind of a new thing, like all these kinds of dreams coming up all at once.
Hmm.
And it's definitely something that I'm working, It's definitely, on the conscious level, I've been working it for a long
Yes.
time. But I think
Yeah.
now
Well, yeah, I think
the
we
last
all,
remnants, right, are coming up.
yeah, yeah. Right. The
So,
last little sparks that you haven't yet,
yeah,
extinguished.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will save me in a certain way.
I think it will too, because, you know, what I do like about if I'm the dreamer, my dreaming self, is that, she seems so open and so, um, but what I don't like about my dreaming self is she's hard on me. She's hard on me. But what I do like about my dreaming self is she paints me as very open and, um, open to people. And, and which then, what I don't like about her is if I feel like I have to compete with the people. What I do like about her is she depicts me in a, like, I think in a beautiful way. I think a very feminine way.
Mm,
You know, I feel like the dreamer in a dream is, you know, feminine but not passive.
mm-hmm.
So, it's perhaps a little passivity, but it's not. I mean, there's still a real core, like a real center. Like, just I'm thinking of the dream where Seamus pooped a pile, pooped a big pile, and I was like, oh, I thought you were gonna say I felt so bad for the people who live there in their yard. You're like, yeah, that wasn't at all in my consciousness. So, so I think your dream self is also really good. Just gotta stop the meanness to
Yeah,
self.
yeah. Then that's just all that's been.
Old tapes. So when people don't know what tapes are anymore. We
Yeah,
used to say, these are
old record,
old tapes.
right? Like the loop.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I
Exactly.
noticed that because of this COVID thing and being, kind of more in and less social, and
Yes.
it's like you're in your own inner world, kind of 24/7.
Yeah.
So it's like all this stuff needs to come up, and my unconscious knows that. Like I know it on a conscious level, but
Sure.
yeah, the unconscious is kind of like, yeah, this is now is the
It,
time.
yeah. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to episode 56. This will
The
be
last
57.
one, no,
It's
I haven't
so, my unconscious is bringing up all kinds of things from my past.
here. Yeah.
So much so that I was like, yeah, I'm not doing a dream today.
Oh
No,
wow.
I mean, I'm sort of kidding because I don't really have one to do. But
Oh,
I
you mean, yeah.
but I just don't want to look at myself right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I hear that. I know. I feel a little embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but a little bit like whatever, like you said.
Like, what's it going to take,
Yeah, like
for
enough.
me to learn whatever
Right.
it is I need to learn?
And it's just, most people, I had a very close friend say this to me once, that most people d- don't, aren't as vulnerable as I am. Like, and I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
Yes.
I don't really know.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether it's good or not good. It is who I am. It's one of those things, like people don't own their stuff the way
Yeah.
maybe they do internally, but they don't like talk about it.
Sure. But that's what I love about doing this Streamcast is like no hidden corners, or just
Yeah,
exploring
yeah,
dreams as everyone can explore their dreams.
yeah. And I
So, and
really
I
appreciate that too.
encourage that for sure.
Yeah, thanks. I know sometimes I think even in the dream world, because as I was saying that, I could feel um like that there is a certain quality in the dream world too, where I'm so vulnerable. Like even in that dream,
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
just myself, like laying next to the sky, and I didn't at the end, towards the end, I was like, oh, I have to put myself in a box for it to see, to fit him or whatever.
Right.
But at the beginning, I wasn't. I was just like,
Right.
this is who I am. And she's talking about this ridiculous thing with perfume. fine. You want to go do that?
And
That is
she's not talking about L'air de Temps.
yeah, no, God knows she might have been. I don't.
Ah,
There was all kinds of name brands in there, but I don't
okay.
remember. No, I don't remember what they were. But
Yeah.
anyway, like yeah, just the vulnerability piece. That sometimes I feel like that's what makes me feel embarrassed. I think because
Yeah.
I'm pretty like open
I
with.
had a thing yesterday with my little boy. He's 10. So he's really done a lot of Fortnite playing and Minecraft playing with with a mic, so he could talk to his friends.
Mhm.
So, but he there was some cyberbullying going on yesterday, and he was the target. And I think why he was the target is because he was reacting. So, if you want to not be bullied, don't give them any fuel to
Mhm.
burn. And so, but because he was taking it in so deeply, he was sad, he was having crying, and I just kept saying, just turn it off. Let's just turn it off. We're gonna do something else. And but that didn't seem to be a better way. I don't know.
Yeah.
So also vulnerable. So
Yeah.
you have to protect the precious hearts
Yeah.
that we live around and within ourselves.
Mhm. I know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way that I need to do that for myself differently instead of being so
Yeah.
vulnerable. Like, I
Right.
don't want to have to put myself in a box to like, put the boundaries up or pretend I'm something I'm not in order to kind of fit the conversation or fit the relationship. I'd rather be by myself.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that seems to be what I've chosen.
And so I am.
And so I am, which I don't really want to be, by the way. And I
Yeah.
think that's the other thing is that's why this is all coming up, is because I don't want to be alone anymore. I mean, I
Oh,
really chose that for a long time. It took me a long time to get over my
ex.
divorce, and then I just was like, I'm good right now. I'm really strong in myself. I've grown so much. I've learned a lot. I don't really want to, and now I'm just feeling like I'm getting ready for that. I'm getting
Okay, that's awesome.
that. Yeah. So
So how many years ago was your divorce?
gosh, let's see. Was it 2013? I think it was.
7 years ago?
Seven,
Oh, I feel like I've been separated for 7 years.
we were sort of going through it kind of at the same time.
Yeah, okay, yeah, now I remember.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
mhm,
crazy. So, I think that's good. So what I would do if I was a dreamer and if I wanted to forward, honor this dream and forward it in the world, I would do some active imagination,
mhm,
when I'm maybe just in that cusp before dream, before sleep, from wakefulness to sleep. I've
mhm.
been using that time to pray these days because I feel like if I really believe that prayer has an effect, which I do, then I need to be praying right now. There's a pandemic happening. Children
It's
are starving in Yemen. It's just like,
it's too much. It's
it's
so
too much.
much. Just like yeah.
So,
It's
but I would take a moment in that space, and for some reason, I'm picturing gold, like gold armor. And I would like picture myself with gold armor on and like try to toughen myself up, protect myself, something
mhm.
at that time. And then I would be interested to see if that image of self in the gold armor ever comes into the dream stream in the dream life.
That's great. So praying with the armor to protect my
Yes,
vulnerability. Yeah.
yes, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that is
So
a great.
Lev, sorry, keep going back to him. He so he had a dream, and I always ask him about his dreams in the morning, and he said, Mama, I had such a nightmare. And I taught him, just say to the scary thing in the dream, this is my dream. You cannot be in here. You're intruding. And he said, I tried that, Mama, but it didn't work. So what I said, I didn't miss a beat. I said, well, perhaps you didn't have your allies with you. Because that's the second thing I've taught him about dreaming is, recognize who are your allies. Like a tiger, is one that I thought of with Lev, but he thought that was not, accurate. He's
Mhm.
lying. He's a lion. But like your tiger, he is a T-Rex, helper. So I said, you didn't have your allies. You just need to fortify yourself with those that can protect you.
That's very sweet.
So Ellen, you need your allies.
Allies, yeah.
Your boss Seamus is your ally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, like
And
that's
maybe the
the point
wolves.
in life, like to have your allies in life.
Yeah.
And I think,
That's why I
yeah,
always
it works.
taught the boys buddy system.
Mm-hmm.
Always a buddy system. You always have to know what your buddy is doing, and he always has to know where you are. And
Yeah.
that's how we have to still do it.
And I think that's probably also what's creating that feeling of wanting to be in partnership, aside from just,
Yeah. The
my love.
buddy system.
It's like, yeah, to
Where's
have
my
someone to like
buddy?
back and to go through this together. I don't, I don't have a lot of like poetic fantasies of love. Of course, love is love, but I mean, I don't look for the fairy tale thing.
I don't anymore either.
Not at
I
all.
used
Just
to be such a, Cinderella meets the prince, and her whole life is turned around. But then I found out life is not like that. Actually, my life was not like that.
I don't know
So
if yeah, it's just
yeah,
but it's
I thought yours was for a while.
so funny. Other people said that too, that they were envious of our marriage, of our
Yeah.
love, and being in it. I mean, yeah, it was good for a little bit, but
Yeah.
everybody
You
has.
had dance parties. You guys just dug each other. You were good to each other. He's very handsome, in my opinion. Seemed like you had a really good thing for a bit of time.
Short while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We did. But it wasn't fairy tale ever. Even, I mean, it is cool that we had things in common. We created things together, and that
Yeah.
was like, that's really, really cool and
Yeah.
really significant and meaningful, in terms of
Yes.
my well-being and happiness. Yeah, but
But
it
it
was
wasn't a fairy tale.
never. Nope. Not ever. No, not really.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. But that's okay. It was what it was. Yeah. I never, anyway, that's a whole nother topic, but
We don't need to even discuss that.
is there anything that you want to talk about? I know you said you didn't really feel like whatever, but is there anything? Just want to
Well,
give
I
you.
feel like I did. Thank you. When talking about Lev's dream experiences,
Mhm.
he's a pretty vivid dreamer. He's also sometimes he talks in his sleep, but I haven't been able to make out, and then I'll ask him, what were you dreaming about? I couldn't tell. Um, so I just want to talk about how much more meaningful and how much richer my life is that I do dream work. And I wish for everyone, a third of our lives are spent asleep, and much of that time is in the dream state. So why not utilize that time to work on our spiritual relationship slash relationships, and 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 be your own oracle. That's I think that's the great gift of dream work.
It's so true, and it's really so helpful to talk about them, with each other. I
It
find
really is.
because I think that when we look at our own dreams, we're always going to look at them with our own mind, have
Sure,
viewed
sure.
a certain way, and to
There's
step
many
out,
ways.
yeah, and have somebody else, even if what somebody suggests isn't, doesn't really quite fit, but it's oftentimes it's just another perspective that's like, right, like you brought the spiritual perspective, so
Right.
I get out of my own,
You had a yearning to make it a collective dream, because you had said with everything going on in the world, this seems so trite.
They're
But
trivial.
I'm looking at it as it's not trite. It's very much can be looked at as a world's dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like our
Well,
small dreams can
yeah,
be looked at collectively.
yes. And when you just said that, it made me think of my really deep, deep desire to collaborate with people. And
Yes.
I never really quite know exactly how or what that exactly looks like, but like even
Okay.
like a collaboration. I mean, it's your, it's your podcast and it's your
Yeah.
thing, but um,
Oh, it's my pleasure to work on dreams with you. I mean,
yeah,
I would love to have more people coming and, sharing their dreams and working on dreams together. But I love hanging out with you, Ellen.
cool. Well, I love it too, and I know that, right? I think your vision probably includes more people from the outside, like other
I
people.
mean, ultimately,
Yeah,
we could
yeah,
still have our side
yeah.
meetings,
But
our
it would
side
be fun
Zooms.
too. Yeah, I'm
It's,
sorry that I missed you guys last time. I really wanted to jump in and finally meet Carla and
yes,
work
I
and she.
know. I kept hoping you'd come in, but I hadn't written you.
It
You don't
was
have,
really
yeah.
my thing. It was really my fault with timing of things, and then I came
Okay,
to
don't.
you had already like shut it down. You were already involved, so it's fine. But I
No,
was like so
no.
wanting
You have
to.
to say, if it was my dream, I would say it's your fault. It's not my fault.
It's
I'm
your fault.
fine. I have no fault here.
Yeah. No, it's not really my fault, like you
No,
said.
it's not.
It was just a weird timing thing, and we're a little bit casual about that. It's like
Yeah,
whenever, so it happened
totally.
the way it happened. But one of these days, I would love to do that, and
And I'm still trying to get you and Michelle together because I know
yeah,
you guys want to meet each other.
yeah,
Yeah. And our
yeah.
good friend Brendan,
I
you know,
know he's really in a difficult spot
is
right now.
really in a difficult spot.
Oh God, the poor guy.
So, dreamers, pray for our dear Brendan.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellen.
Hey, Yiskah.
Thank you
Great.
so much. And I'm gonna say, dreamers, thank you for joining us. And Holomod Metukim. And might disconnect from you too, Ellen, because last time, do you remember I was still recording?
To record. There it is.
So, listeners, I just wanted to ask you all to please like the Facebook page, the Dream Stream Facebook page, and subscribe, and also the Dream Stream podcast, which is hosted by SoundCloud. So if you happen to be on SoundCloud, if you could hit like or subscribe. Thank you so much. I want to build up a dreaming audience. Ciao, Ellen.
Bye, Yiskah. Great to
Bye. You too.